Have you been struggling with the most basic skill that is required to be productive? And that skill is called as learning. I might as well call it as comprehending and understanding. Well, I had an issue with learning things. I might not say that I'm super perfect at what I learn right now, but the four techniques that I'm going to discuss with you has definitely helped me to get above the curve when it comes to learning, and right now I'm able to learn better than how I used to learn in the past. You want to hear them? Stay tuned. Welcome to the Lifestyle Hackers. My name is Yogesh Honavarkar. I'm the founder and transformation coach at Team Legacy Fitness, and we look forward to make 1,000 people fit, not just physically but also mentally, by sharing our thoughts with you in the form of Friday Thoughts. So guys, today I'm going to share with you four super important techniques that could indeed increase your learning curve, and you can just get better at your productivity and deliver better as well. So hear me out. Let's talk about these techniques one at a time. The very first technique is nothing but being a good observer and a good listener, right? We come across people who speak a lot. I'm speaking a lot right now. I may come across many people on the streets, at their houses, our relatives, our friends who speak a lot. But look at that one wise man who is always listening and observing. I guarantee you 95% that wise man is indeed wise. Because when you observe and when you listen, you are processing the data, you're processing the information. That is one way of learning. The very next technique that is correlated with being a good observer and a good listener. And I'm talking about being receptive to feedback. If I have to prioritize the four techniques, the second technique, which I just spoke about, being receptive to feedback, I would rank that as number one. Now, feedback can come in any form. It could come in the form of a random suggestion and advice. Well, it could come from any random person. But at times, as human beings, we may feel that the person is too inferior to give me a feedback. Why should I listen to them? If a person is far too superior, we may have some sort of animosity where we would not accept that person's feedback and we may not be receptive. But there's a loss, and that loss is something that you bear when you do not listen to people's feedback. Be receptive to a feedback that's been given. Now I'll talk about the third technique. It's none other than the self-analysis technique. Analyze. Whenever you get a feedback, I totally understand some feedback could be productive for you, some feedback may just not be productive. You get to know about it by self-analysis. How do you do that? When someone is giving you a feedback, there is this small weakness within you. It's called arrogance, it's called ego, which would not allow you to accept that feedback even if you know that that is indeed your weakness. But at that point of time, look at yourself from a third person's perspective and see the kind of change that could happen in your life if you are being receptive to the feedback given, and if you are living as as a person who accepts that feedback and implements that in his action. See how productive are you being. If you think it's just delusional, outright rubbish, you can overlook that feedback. But if you think it's going to work for you, accept it, implement it, work towards it. And the very fourth thing, I just spoke about it, implement and act. Implement and act to see how exactly your lifestyle is trending after implementing that feedback and acting as per the feedbacks being given. Try it. Trust me, the learning curve that you have been craving to uplift will automatically be uplifted and you'll be better than before. And that's what we look forward for every time we share our Friday thoughts. Elevate your lifestyle so it becomes better. It doesn't matter if you're a student, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a full-time corporate employee, or if you are an intern who's about to step in the corporate world. Be receptive to feedback, implement and act on the feedback, do your self-analysis, and the very important thing, be a good observer and a very good listener. With that being said, I sign off for the day, promising yet another content next Friday on some Friday thoughts. My name is Yogesh Honavarkar, train, transform, inspire.
Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any content we produce. Besides subscribing us on YouTube, you can also follow us on our Facebook and Instagram page with the name Team Legacy Fitness. Use the hashtag TLF1000, be a part of our community.